The Genius Club with Prairie Pine. Chapter 67. Goodbye. Dad, that's just an ordinary photo pose, Tully said with a mournful face, tears and snot streaming down his face, unable to defend himself no matter how hard he tried. I'm really wronged, brother. I really am. Every wrong has its perpetrator. Every debt has its creditor. If I really offended you, I'd accept it if you killed me. But you're really wronging me. I really don't know anything about that so-called Genius Club. Alex stared intently at him. He knew Tully very well. They had dealt with each other many times, and Tully was indeed a coward who feared death more than anything. That mistress had truly loved him, and had even staged heroic rescues for him many times. But Tully had never once thought of saving her, always faithfully following the principle that husband and wife are birds of the same forest, and when disaster strikes, they fly separately. So, it was actually quite easy to get information out of Tully. As long as his life was threatened, he would be as obedient as a smart speaker, answering every question truthfully, and even volunteering extra information. A coward like him, if he said he didn't know, he really didn't know. Tully suddenly woke up, his eyes widening as he remembered something. I remember now. That's a whole set of photos. A very famous international photographer took them specifically for me. There's a whole set, a whole album. Do you want to see it? It's in that cabinet over there. Just open the bottom drawer of the cabinet and you'll find it. I'm telling you the truth. He was truly terrified, gasping for breath as he frantically nodded his head toward the wardrobe on the other side of the room. Alex walked over to the cabinet, pulled open the drawer, and found the album Tully had mentioned. It was very high-end, inlaid with gold and silver threads, and there was an unreadable signature on the title page. He opened it. Page after page, there were photos of Tully striking, domineering CEO poses. Tully was telling the truth. The photos in this album were indeed part of the same set as the one in the frame, with the same clothes, background, and lighting. There were photos of him sitting, standing, all formal. Some with his arms crossed, some with his hands in his pockets, some standing straight, and indeed the one where he raised his index finger pointing at the sky. Professional photos. Makeup photos? Or themselves? Portraits? Alex didn't know what to call this type of photo, but it was roughly the kind that every sales consultant posted on their social media, whether they sold houses, cars, insurance, or credit card loans. Alex flipped the album to the page with the finger-pointing pose. Sure enough, when viewed as part of the whole set, this photo didn't seem strange at all. It was just an ordinary posing gesture. What kind of answer do you expect to get by asking him like this? At that moment, Big Face Cat walked in covered in dust, his clothes dirty from moving gold bars. Let me try. Bang. Bill no. Bang. 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 4 shots in a row hit Tully in the thigh. Tully's scream echoed through the entire manor, and the carpet was instantly dyed red with blood. Are you going to talk, or not? Big Face Cat pointed the gun at Tully's forehead, his voice cold and ruthless. I'm crying. I really don't know. Wah, I really don't know anything about the Genius Club. I've never heard of it. Bang! Without the slightest hesitation, Big Face Cat pulled the trigger. A red flower exploded on the white bedsheet, and the entire world fell silent. Brother, he really didn't know, Alex said, nodding slowly. He knew Tully better than Big Face Cat. If Tully still wouldn't talk after this, he definitely truly had no idea. Big Face Cat looked at Alex, shrugging his shoulders. You wanted to ask him about the Genius Club. This thing isn't easy to investigate. I've been looking into it for so many years, and I've only found a single name. And after all these years, I haven't found anything else. Are you sure it was members of the Genius Club who killed your father? Alex looked at Big Face Cat. What else have you found out? I've only found this name, Big Face Cat said, staring down at Tully's headless body, gritting his teeth in anger. If it wasn't them who killed him, why would I have found their name? Do you think I'd lie to you, Brother Face? Hey, stop chatting here, brother. Let's leave quickly. There's a lot to talk about, but we can do it later. If the police come, we'll never get away. Big Face Cat kicked Tully's body aside, spat on the ground, and urged Alex to go downstairs. You're a really interesting person, Alex said, following him and smiling at Big Face Cat. Sometimes you're silly, sometimes you're loyal, and sometimes you're really vicious and cruel. Ha! Big Face Cat said with a look of righteousness. People like Tully deserve to die. He wiped the corner of his mouth, his face filled with anger. When you told me what he did, as someone who has a daughter, I couldn't bear to hear it. Bastard. He should have been run over by a road roller. Roller. If you ever have a daughter in the future, you'll understand how I feel. You'll wish you could kill him 100 times over. Bang! In the villa courtyard, Big Face Cat slammed the van door shut forcefully, looking at the van filled to the brim with gold bars, jewelry, and cash. I should have pumped up the tires before coming. Look, the tires all flat. This guy is really rich. Even if I brought a truck, I couldn't carry it all. Here, take this. Whoosh. Alex caught the object Big Face Cat threw to him. It was a large heart-shaped blue gem, crystal clear and extremely beautiful. You didn't come here for nothing, Big Face Cat said with a smile. This thing is probably worth more than the entire truckload of gold. It's just hard to sell. Take it, give it to your girlfriend or something. With that, he walked around the fully loaded van, got into the driver's seat, and started the vehicle. Are you sure you don't want to get in, brother? No need. Alex shook his head. Time was running out. There were only 2 minutes left before the white light destroyed everything. It didn't matter if he got in or not. Besides, Big Face Cat had stuffed the van so full that you couldn't sit in it without being able to contort your body like a contortionist. Here, you take it instead. Alex threw the blue gem back into the van through the window. I don't need this. Hey, you're such a polite brother. You're making me embarrassed. Big Face Cat looked at Alex with a silly smile. Thank you, brother. Now I have money to carry out my next plan and avenge my daughter and father. I don't know if we'll ever meet again. If we do, I'll invite you to my house for a meal. Let you taste your sister-in-law's cooking. Alex was amused by Big Face Cat's words. What's your sister-in-law's specialty? Dumplings. They're delicious. The two looked at each other and laughed for a long time. But would there be a future? Probably not. This was a world without a tomorrow. This was a meal of dumplings they would never get to eat. I'm leaving, brother. Go. Alex waved his hand. Boom. The heavy van started. The accelerator pressed to the floor, and the tires slowly began to move. Hey. Alex called out. Huh? Big Face Cat stepped on the brake, stuck his head out of the driver's window, and looked back at Alex. What's wrong, brother? Alex put his hands in his pockets. I have one last question to ask you. I hope you don't mind. Hey, we're brothers, don't be so polite. Just ask. The cicadas chirped desolately in the midnight air, and the stream in the courtyard pond flowed silently. Alex looked at Big Face Cat. Do you still remember the exact time your father and daughter were hit and killed? Big Face Cat's smile froze on his face, his expression turning gloomy. He pulled out a cigarette, put it in his mouth, lit it, and slowly exhaled a cloud of white smoke. After a long time, he said, I watched the surveillance video from the intersection. I watched it many times. He bit the cigarette hard. So the time of the accident, the time they died, I will never forget it, every minute and every second. He exhaled a swirling cloud of smoke, looked down at his watch, and said, It's almost this time now. Alex raised his watch, and Big Face Cat's voice came at the same time. 0:42, 0:42. Boom, boom, boom. A sudden white light bite burned everything away. On the bed in the corner of the bedroom, Alex opened his eyes.